Today, I was going to have my old college roommate and his wife talk to me and mine about random stuff, but I lost a whole bunch of audio because MacBooks are the fucking devil. I'd like to welcome all the old delinquents, as well as all the new. My name's Sarge, and this is the gray area.
Humans are such easy prey.
This isn't funny anymore!
Hello there, and welcome to another episode of The Gray Area. Delinquents at Ease. So, this is what happened. The fucking MacBook decides to record some shit and delete some other shit. So I had about an hour and a half of awesome content, just random shit that I was talking about. And it was epic, and it was good. But I only got the second 45 minutes. So, this is what you gotta get. This is what you're gonna get, okay, delinquents? This is it. You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit, okay? All right? Eat your veggies. But this is what we got. I ended up meeting up with my old boy Jarrett. He's an engineer. He's my old college roommate. He's fucking awesome. He's married to Elizabeth, and she's a nurse, and she's got an awesome background. And you can check this out in the bio on The Gray Area under guests, thegrayarea.com. And I'm just going to jump right into the conversations. I'm sorry that we missed some of it, but hopefully, in the future, I'll be able to save it in a better format, and converting it from a MacBook to a fucking PC is, like pulling nails out of your dick hole. And it sucked. So I got something, though. I managed to salvage something. So I don't even know if my fucking sponsors are on this fucking one that I saved. I don't know where the fucking... I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's just a bad fucking day. So, shout out to ballwash.com. 15% off if you use the gray area. Listen, it cleans you. It makes you clean. And it doesn't use synthetic shit. And it's all real. And it's all natural. And it makes a man smell like a fucking man. Not like fucking ocean breeze. Okay? So that's Ball Wash. And the other one is Home Essentials Furniture out in Crest Hill. If you live in Chicagoland and you need furniture for anything, Home Essentials Furniture is where you want to fucking go. So check out the Facebook page, Home Essentials Furniture, or check out the website, homeessentialsfurniture.com. I promise you, you're not going to fucking overpay for absolute bullshit. You're probably going to underpay for quality shit. So getting right into it, here is me and my old roommate, my wife and his wife, talking about fuck all.
All right, so what that chemical is they're speculating it does, is it changes the biology of the male amphibians to that they are producing more estrogen and their testosterone levels are dropping, and it's actually causing them to have multiple testicles. Doesn't that sound like fun, Jared?
Living the dream.
But what unfortunately that's doing is it's demasculinizing these amphibians, and so one has to wonder if that same effect isn't happening in the humans in humans as well. So not that men are going around with multiple testicles, but it is increasing their estrogen levels and decreasing testosterone, which maybe then we are seeing less alpha
and more skinny jeans
and
man buns.
Yes.
Man buns.
Yes.
Yep.
And I'm all for people expressing themselves in any which way they want. I'm still searching for my identity at 39 years old. But
29.
29, thank you. Sorry, I got my decades mixed up. But, I'm still searching for my own identity, so I'm all for people doing that. But I think there is a point where it's starting to fade. We don't see the guys throwing the axes anymore, It's different now. What do you guys think? You guys are guys.
It's happening.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know what it is. The traditional male minus the whole domestic violence. I mean, I understand that's how you but if you take the traditional male whiskey drinking, cigar smoking, I don't give a fuck, I love my wife.
Yeah.
Opening up doors.
Right.
Chivalry, charismatic, Mad Men, if you guys ever
Yes,
seen, you know.
yeah.
And now it's you know, skinny jeans, and I don't identify as that, and stop labeling me as such, and you know, the man buns and the white chocolate mocha latte, white girl frappe, whatever the freaking
Yeah.
thing. It's just I can't do it. They grow the beard out, and they have conditioners for beards and
Yeah.
stuff. I'm like, yeah. You know what a good conditioner is for beards? Vagina. That's how it used to be. So I hope
Yeah.
you're proud of yourself with your frappe and you know your iced coffee, and you're wearing flannels. You don't even know what an axe looks like.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people played the roles. There's those male-female roles, and now the roles are just
They're
mixed
flippant.
up. And if you stick to those roles, then the women get hurt about it too. Well, why does the man always have to drive? And why is, you know, I want to chop wood too? And why don't you go cook me some dinner, man? And then, you know, they just, you know,
Yeah,
which
but-
is fine, right, honey? I'm not saying anything.
Of course.
But-
you know, okay, for instance, like in our household, we, again, going back to what you said earlier about how we were like a perfect generation because we have the values, the old-fashioned values, but then they're modern as well. So there are certain unspoken things in our household, like he's the one that takes out the garbage. I can take out the garbage, and I will take out the garbage, and I have. But it's just like this thing where if the garbage is full, he kind of does it. If there's food to be made, I kind of just do it. I mean, it's just not, it's not saying he doesn't, but it's just kind of like this natural role. This, you know, women were natural caretakers. And so, you know, we tend to be the ones that get over the babies more and you know, do things for the kids. But it's not saying they can't. Right.
If somebody comes to the door with an axe, I answer the door, not her.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm not the one that answers the door. I'm
Yeah.
like, you go check it out.
Yeah.
Well, in our house, to be honest, he's a much better cook than I am.
Uh-huh.
But I do the cooking because I'm home.
Yeah.
So I'm out there providing it.
Yeah, grinding it out every day.
Bringing home the
But-
bacon.
Bring
She
home the
cooks
bacon.
it.
But there are times where he does cook, and it's like a big treat at our house because he is such a good cook. We don't get it that often. And the kids will even come up to him, and we love his fried food. And he's every time he makes fried food, we're trying new things to fry. And the kids are always like, Dad, we haven't had a fried food night in forever. Like, when can you do it? And they're like, get that whiny voice, you
Yeah.
know? And he's like, okay, I'll try my next day off, you know? So then it's like,
Yeah,
okay,
like,
well,
man
now we
up.
need to get the stuff to have in the house for it, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's
It's
my
a
job to
production.
do, and it's my job to do the cooking because I'm home. He's not. Or he may be home, but he had just worked, and, you know, so it is a treat. But that's not his typical role, you know?
Right.
I have no problem with women becoming like more assertive and outgoing, but like we're seeing women alphas, which is great. But don't woman alphas like want like an alpha male sort of thing, and not like a beta bitch that you could just like manipulate your whole fucking
I
life?
can't. I just can't because I've been an alpha female most of my life, but I still want an alpha male that is like the leader of the household.
Right.
I don't want to be that far in charge.
Yeah,
And I
like-
cannot stand if the guy's jeans are smaller than mine. Like, it's not okay.
No.
You know, like, I should feel, I don't care what size I am, I should feel smaller, and I should feel like he's gonna, you know, take care of me and protect me.
No.
Some of these guys, I wouldn't trust them to
We
protect
don't-
and fly.
Women shouldn't care what like how nice your legs are. It should be like your
No.
neck and your back and your arms, and you're just like animal brute fucking whatever. Or you could just be a skinny guy, but you can still be an alpha. It's just
Yeah.
it's all charismatic and it's all personality.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a huge cultural shift going on here, but we'll see where it ends up in the future. I just think the traditional male is dying
Yeah.
because I've done it where like I've held a door open. It's like I can open my own door. I was like, what? What just happened?
But then you have, like, my grandma, we call her Grammy,
Yeah.
one of our sons, Josh, he held the door open for her, and he would would make comments to me like, you know, did you know Josh held the door open for me? And I'm like, okay, like,
Well, yeah.
good, we
But that's
want
a
him
big
to,
deal.
yeah.
Traditional,
Right,
yeah.
and she's like, well, I go, well, that's what we want him to do. And she goes, yeah, but nobody does that now. Like, I'm constantly having to hold the door open for myself, and, you know, that doesn't happen. I'm like, okay, well, I guess we're doing something right with one kid.
Yeah, one kid.
Right. Well, like you said, it's not that we as women, we can't do it.
Right.
But it was this unspoken chivalry that the man showed respect to the woman by, don't you dare have to touch that door. I know you've done it. We still struggle, but now I try. For me, it's like standing there next to the car door, waiting for him to come around. I'm like, oh, Elizabeth, come on. Like, you can open the door yourself. But he likes to open the door for me. So I patiently wait and allow him to do that because it's a respect thing on both of our parts. I'm respecting him.
And if she gets out of the car and goes straight to the house without you opening the door, she's probably mad at you.
If I door slam in his face,
Yeah,
I'm
door
probably
slam.
Well,
mad.
he teaches our boys, like when you're walking in a parking lot or by a street or something, the man stands closest to the street and put the women on the other side. And I forget that, you know, it's not like we walk by the street all the time, you know, so he'll go around and like, what are you doing? And he's like, walking, you know, and I'm like, oh,
Do you
yes.
want to get hit by a car?
Right. And so he's trying to teach the boys that as well. Like, these are things we
Being
should be
mindful.
doing, you know? Like, this is the respect that you guys were taught, and that
That's
we want to
tough
teach
to
ours.
do.
What's tough?
You always tend to walk towards the street side, even though I try.
I
Even though, you know, he's like,
I know.
nope, I'm standing on the outside. I'm like,
Hey,
fine.
Two reasons. I dated, beta males, and I was single a long time.
Yeah.
So I had to stand on the other side of the street.
And some say it was past like when the Old West days and you got the carriages and the mud streets and everything. The guy always wore the duster and he walked on the street side slightly behind the female so that when the splash of dirt and mud flew up from the street, it's the guy and not the female.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and you'd think you'd let him put him in the car. Like, what if you got to protect them, right? So you put them in the vehicle first or the transportation device, then you get in, and so you got to protect them. But now, that's all gone because nobody knows that, or nobody cares to protect them, or there's just not that threat anymore.
Yeah.
But there
No, I
should
think
always
the
be that
is
threat.
there. Yeah, the threat is there. But I think it's if you look at just the general respect for humanity, period. Whether you're at the grocery store or it's another mass shooting or whatever, the respect for human life, period. And I think it starts with self-respect. People don't respect themselves, so why are they going to care about someone else?
Right.
But we're perfect.
Yeah. Right. We don't mass shoot each other, right? No?
I could be a little bit taller. You could have a little bit more hair.
What's wrong with my hair?
Nothing.
It's not there.
You do the comb over.
The beard comb over.
Oh my god.
Yes.
That should be a thing. We should start it.
We should start.
You have the right idea though. Now it's all like the whole, do you want to not lose your hair? You want to be like Brian Urlacher? You're gonna just for men. You can put this on there. You can put this little stuff and be like, no. If I'm going bald, I'm shaving my head like a man. I'm taking it.
It's done.
Like Jean-Luc Picard and
Yeah.
Bruce Willis and The Rock.
Yeah.
They're getting ass.
Goldberg.
They're bald as hell.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Because now women want the older guy because they're not wearing skinny jeans and they're actually an alpha male and they're like, oh, good, a man. I don't want that. I don't want one of these boys.
Yeah.
But
Those are the kind of guys that, spray Febreze on their underwear because they're, don't want to use too much water or something.
or something.
I don't even know why. Yeah.
Ugh, it's lavender. Shut up. This is dirt and I eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the world's a crazy place, and there's not anymore enough males around, and too many people are too worried about themselves, and nobody's paying attention to me, and so I need to go make attention.
Oh, speaking of attention, social media and attention. I've noticed that Instagram specifically is basically like soft porn nowadays.
It's
It's pretty bad, and what's frustrating is like fortunately I'm a confident woman, and so I can look past this. But like for my business, I'll put an article or some content on there, and I'm like, oh, 10 likes here, 15 likes here, but the same type of content, but with a picture of a half-naked woman, will get thousands more likes.
Fuck yeah, it is.
because of just the picture.
Right.
And I'm like, I refuse to lower my standards.
It's ridiculous, yeah.
I refuse to. And it's sad because that's very superficial.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the spectrum, guys, just sending out dick pics is probably not the best way to start a conversation.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way. In fact, if I ever would have gotten one, that's my immediate shutdown.
You're like, wow, dude, you look like a homeless wizard. You need to...
It's like, is that your kindergarten picture?
It's are you at Santa's Village?
Yeah, and it's a thing. I mean, our daughter was sharing with us that some of her peers, and actually younger, 12, 13 years old, they're sexting and they're sending pictures and group chats and things like this. And I'm like, what?
Yep.
Didn't John tell us, was it last year?
Yep.
He got one.
Sharpie up the pooner.
No.
Wow.
And we're like, seriously? He goes, yeah, I deleted it. And I was like, don't send me those.
Yep.
Yeah.
Be like,
It's like, what? What is going on?
I
Like,
can't.
how thick was a Sharpie, first of all?
Oh my god.
I don't.
They're children. These are children.
Yeah, like, I shouldn't have laughed at that.
These are children. And
It's-
that's where
it's
I told
horrible.
Riley, I said, I hope they realize
It's an
that's-
attention grab, exactly.
It's
That's right.
attention.
Yeah.
It's totally attention. I
Yeah.
feel poor about myself. I have low self-esteem, so this is one way to get someone to like me.
There's other ways to do it.
And they're somehow thinking the internet is intimate or anonymous, or
Oh god.
it's not. It's once you
stamp
it's
everywhere.
breaking laws at that point.
Yes.
There's that, and there's the pity parties, and be like, oh, threatening to hurt yourself to get attention. Like there's a fine line between you're gonna hurt yourself,
You're desperately needing help.
but you actually need help. But chances are, if you're at that point, those types of people, from what I've encountered in my history, they tend to hang out with people they care about, have good times. They don't reach out for like love or affection. People that want the attention be like, I'm going to do this to myself, I'm going to do this to myself, I'm going to kill myself, I'm going to hurt myself, I'm going to cut myself. Those people want the attention back. But if you're actually going to hurt yourself, chances are nobody's going to know about it. Unless
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They're suffering silently.
Yeah.
And it's once the act is committed, then we find out, oh, they were depressed or they were struggling with this.
Yeah.
Like you said, the people that are grabbing for attention are just looking for attention.
Yeah.
And I'm not downplaying mental illness or depression or suicide at all, because it's a real thing.
Right.
But there is a difference.
Yeah.
There is a difference, unfortunately.
And people know that too, and they take it to their advantage. Be like, there's actual real people that need help, and you're over here like, pay attention to me.
I had a bad day.
I'm not a rapper yet. I watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and I'm not even a millionaire yet. And Kylie's a billionaire. I'm not even close.
And I don't have her makeup, so therefore I'm not worthy.
They're trying to get her lips, so they're putting their lips in a fucking vacuum, and they're just
And this is sad. Like, it's sad because it comes from a lack of identity. And self-worth, that they feel like they have to turn to social media to find their worth. I even told
Taking
Riley,
worth from other people giving them their worth.
Riley said she was on TikTok, and she makes some goofy videos, and they're actually pretty funny. And she's like, Mom, I don't understand that this kid in my class, he only had it for a week, and he had over 1,000 likes on his video, and I've had mine for a year. This is it. I'm just starting over. I can't handle this. And I'm like, honey, do not base your self-worth on likes.
Yeah, it's not that serious.
Right.
If we base it on our likes, well, my God, we're all in the toilet then. Because not many people are probably going to like this.
Right.
And actually, a good reason I got rid of the Facebook is because there is too much feedback or people saying stuff that I don't care about, or other people reading into it too much, or like I don't want to hear it anyway, or I don't care about it. So it's like I don't need that sort of anything from anyone on the internet. It's just too much
validation.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't need it. I don't want it. Or the anti-validation, Oh, I posted it on there, and then they can blast you. Oh, you idiot! This is so stupid. That come say that to my face if you really think that. And I doubt they would say it to your face.
I was being sarcastic, first of all. And
Yeah.
it was a joke. And
Sarge.
You don't fucking know me.
And now you're not saying it. Oh yeah. Oh what? Oh. But it's rough.
Yeah.
Once again, the perfect generation is in this room. We can use social media, but we can also know when it just has a stopping point. and we can sit in a room and have a real conversation with real live humans.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Absolutely. Throw my sponsors in here. I'm going to talk about my sponsors real quick. Ballwash.com. Keep the funk off your junk. Go over there. Fill your stuff up. I'm going to do the Cliff Note version of my sponsors because, you know, this is the forum and you guys are just sitting there like, oh my God, does he have to do it? It's like my reads. I have to do it every week. So, ballwash.com. It's soap for men. It's not like Old Spice. It's not fake. It's all natural. And go over there, fill your carts up, use the gray area code, and you get 15% off. Fantastic. So there's that. And there's also Home Essentials Furniture. So I found out it's homeessentialsfurniture.com, and that's the place in Crest Hill. And all your furniture needs in your Chicagoland. That's it. So homeessentialsfurniture.com. Go check it out. Use the gray area. They'll hook you up with like 10% off. Tell them I sent you. And that's furniture, okay? So it's awesome. So 10% off on furniture. You're like, well, the other one was 15%. This is only 10%, Sarge. Yeah, but you're talking about like furniture. Like this lasts for a long time. You're not washing your balls with furniture. Okay? But you could. I mean, some people are into that. I'm going off on a tangent, but that's okay. Anyway, homeessentialsfurniture.com, and that's in Crest Hill for your Chicagoland furniture needs. And check out their Facebook page at Home Essentials Furniture and tell them Sarge sent you. And now we are back to the haunted house of death. But it's going pretty well. The conversation is swimming by. We can close it out.
Yeah. House of Death not affected by the trade war.
Not affected by the trade war.
Oh, you guys don't keep up on the politics?
Oh, China? China.
It wasn't serious.
China.
It was
China.
China.
It's going to be huge. China. Donald Trump. The best.
Wait, what country did they make wall wash in?
Ball wash? American made.
American made. Oh, good.
Ballwash.com. Yeah, American made.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. It's got like, they got like colognes, like solid colognes.
Tingly
Do you
feeling.
rub your balls on
Is
it?
it
You
minty?
could. Yeah.
Peppermint? No.
It's more like suede and leather and, you know.
Ah.
Oh, so you smell
Rich
like
mahogany.
Yeah. I lost count because I did so many. Yeah. So. Yeah, trade war, huh? China?
No. Well, we can spin the wheel on topics
We
all
can.
day if we wanted. Middle-aged white males destroying the world with their nasty guns.
I'd say younger than middle age.
No.
But
Well, it's been what's middle age these days, you know.
well,
40 is the new 80, and
well, think about it.
People
You
live
don't
to be
actually know what
120.
middle age is because we don't know when the end is.
you look like you're 24, but you're not.
Right, I'm not 24. You thought I was.
Yeah.
People used to live till their 30s. That's when marriage was a thing. Be like, oh yeah, I can stay monogamous for 10 years. Not a
Could
problem.
die, yeah.
Then you live till 70. You're like, fuck.
I signed up for this.
This bitch won't shut the fuck up. You know what the key is? You nod, but you turn the volume down on your ears,
Yes.
like your hearing
And you
aids,
just smile.
and you just coexist.
Yes, dear.
Yeah, and they're saying that with the wives in the room. And
Oh, it's
Their secret is out there.
yeah,
It's all.
you
It's
get
all,
stabbed
it's all good.
later.
It's
Things.
all fine. It's all fine. Is this
That's
still
why my
fucking
grandpa
recording?
doesn't put his hearing aids in, so he doesn't have to listen to my grandma.
She
No.
just yells louder, doesn't she? Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
That's awesome.
Just repeat.
Staphylococcus aureus. It's one of the first words I taught Riley.
That was from the Jurassic period, if I remember.
Ah, yes.
Or
Tastes like
sitting
chicken?
on your skin.
It's what on your skin?
It's bacteria.
Oh,
Oh.
good. Don't we all have bacteria on our
Yeah,
skin? In our
all
bodies?
of it.
Oh, good.
Those are the ones that have like their
Short arms, yes.
yeah. They have like they look like giant bugs.
T-Rex? What are we
Or
talking about?
bugs.
June bugs.
Bacteria.
I am so lost in where we are right now.
Close.
I don't know what's going on. Bacteria on your face,
Oh, good.
skin.
Yes, skin.
Yep.
Staphylococcus aureus is not a dinosaur.
Could be though.
Bacteria. It could. It sounds like one.
Yeah. What do you call a blind dinosaur?
Oh boy.
I don't think he saw us.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
That your dad joke?
That's the dad joke.
That's a dead
Dad joke
joke.
of the week.
That's a good one.
Where's the drums, honey?
That's it.
Yeah, that.
What? That works.
Two male deer come out of a gay bar. And one says to the other, I can't believe I blew $40 in there.
Wow.
Oh, wow. That's about how fast I got that one, too. You didn't hear that
Yeah, that's great. There's your jokes. There's your jokes, delinquents. You're welcome. Because I love you.
Write them down.
Mm-hmm.
I say you write those and write a new joke every day.
I try to collect as many as I can. Some are submitted to me that I read out. And every week, dad joke and a dirty joke. That's how.
Sometimes the military.
Sometimes a military joke.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That works.
I don't have any military jokes.
Guess you gotta be
I
there.
don't have enough experience in that department.
Mm-hmm.
They pay well, military? Yeah.
It depends on your rank or if you're an officer or not.
Or not.
What were you?
I was Army Sergeant.
Oh.
Enlisted, yeah.
Henceforth your nickname.
Hence the name.
Oh,
Oh.
Sarge.
Earned.
Yes. I'm working with an artist. If you guys know any artists, I need a mascot for the podcast, and it's going to be like my spirit animal, which is like a honey badger. Because honey badger don't give a fuck. Nobody be like, oh, I could probably take him, but then you would think twice the second time if you want to.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's a honey badger.
They don't give a.
They don't give a fuck. They take on lion prides, anything.
Really?
Yeah, they go at rhinoceroses. They're great.
Yeah, they're ruthless.
So it's a honey badger with a cigar and a army helmet that says Sarge on it.
Nice.
That's gonna be
That's pretty good.
That's gonna be
Riley
the
can
mascot.
probably draw
Yeah,
that.
right. He's pretty good at drawing that. Yeah. I was never a drawer myself. I could not. I took art class, high school.
Did you remember making anything?
You mean like a good drawing or pottery or
Yeah, something.
Oh yeah, we made all sorts of stuff.
Popsicle
Was
stick?
I good at it? No. Did they have to give me an A anyway because I tried? Yes.
I think all you had to do in art class was show up.
Yeah, as long as you completed the project, no matter how good it
Because
was.
art is subjective. You can't judge your art against my art.
And I just kept telling them I need computer-aided design and stop doing this freehand stuff. And they wouldn't listen to me.
Was the Mona Lisa considered hot back in the day?
I don't know.
Apparently she was supposed
Did
to
she
be
smile?
beautiful.
Yeah, she was like a goddess. I mean, looked at as a goddess.
I've heard so much different shit about that painting. Everything he's ever done is based on his own self-image. The Shroud of Turin could be him. Or the man with the arms where he's standing,
Yeah.
Yep.
The anatomical position.
Yeah.
So does that mean that
The Mona Lisa might...
Was he feminine? Like feminizing his feminine side?
Yeah. They're saying that could be Da Vinci.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me. A lot of artists, especially back in the day, like Lewis Carroll, they speculated he had schizophrenia, and that was why his, the Jabberwocky and the Looking Glass, he was in this other world, and a lot of his words were made up, like "'twas brillig and the frithy throves."
Hey, well, all
That's
words
not
are
even-
made up, but...
Well, but there are some standardized
Yeah.
words.
Yeah, but when you...
Right.
Alice in Wonderland like that, it's just
That's pretty psychedelic. He was definitely on drugs during that period.
Well, how stable are any of your psyches, really? I'm on the brink of destruction anyway, so...
he actually has one of my favorite quotes. Imagination is our last weapon against the war of reality, or something.
Ah, yeah.
The Alice in Wonderland guy.
Yeah. So really, he was on to something.
Or he was just on acid.
Yeah, you could be on something.
But they say that psychedelic drugs like that open up your consciousness and you tap into deeper parts of yourself. I don't know how accurate that is. I've never tried it.
I've never been there.
I would have loved to have been in the room, though. There you go. Listen to me, okay?
Yeah.
Here we go. Rabbit hole.
Which we all know.
Wonderland. Queen of Hearts. Card Army.
Mad Hatter.
A cat that disappears. That's scary as fuck, no matter if it's the cartoon.
Yeah, Cheshire Cat.
Yeah, and he's got the grin with the eyes, and
Yeah.
there's going to be a dope smoking caterpillar.
Yes, that's
Bear with
on a
me.
mushroom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you eat this, you're bigger, which is like liquid courage, and if you take this, you're smaller. So I'm thinking depressants versus stimulants. I was like, this guy is on something insane. It's like, remember whenever we did a drug back in the day, if we ever did one, because I am a grown-ass man and I've never touched anything that altered my awareness, even though I just drank half a thing of whiskey last night with you, Jared, so that was a good time.
And you're still aware.
Yeah. So where was I going? This is the short-term memory loss that I just had. Wait for it. Just talk for a second.
Caterpillar on a mushroom.
Yes.
Being in the room with him.
Oh, that's right.
You eat this, you go up. You eat this, you go down. Depressants. Oh, yes, I got it. Came back to me. I had to circle back. So whenever we supposedly, it's not supposedly, it's
Thank you.
supposedly.
ED.
Yeah. Erectile dysfunction?
Testicles.
You're gonna lose it.
We're back to testicles. I lost. Wait, where was I? God damn it. Okay, yeah, here I am. So we talk about whenever we're high, and you always get to that point, or you're drunk or whatever, you're talking with your friends, be like, oh man, we totally should have wrote that down. Mm-hmm. He wrote it down.
He wrote it down.
Yeah.
And,
you're right.
and Alice in Wonderland is
And it's amazing.
that.
Yeah.
So get high, kids.
Oh, good.
Oh gosh.
Only if you're gonna write it down.
Only if you're gonna write it
If you're not gonna write it down, don't do it.
Just do whatever you're doing. Press record and
And
just
good stuff will probably come out.
let it go. Let
Well,
it
you
go.
think about like the Wizard of Oz when they went into the poppy field and they all laid down and quote unquote took a nap.
Yeah.
That's really poppies are
Yeah.
you know what made people hot. You know, it was part of the was it heroin? I think that
Hashish.
poppy is
Yeah.
one of the derivatives, and they made them high and they took a nice little nap, and then they went into the Emerald Towers. Yeah, Emerald Towers. Where the wizard was? Did you watch? You look at me, stunned. Watch the Wizard of Oz?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Follow the yellow brick road.
But it was a little weird. Like someone was high, and I said, "I can't be a part of
I
this.
love
I am
that
too
movie.
much of a sober life in this world.
not.
Drug free.
That-
Drug free,
Drug-free
straight edge. Straight
for
edge,
life.
bro.
No, you like fantasy everything.
Well, yeah, I think it created with my designs.
Yeah. So is that you tapping into your higher consciousness?
I'm
Jacob?
drunk every time I do it.
Oh boy.
Wait, what?
See, I prefer actually to be. I don't like things that alter my surroundings or my reactions or my consciousness, but yoga for me does that in a different way, and so I feel like I do tap into like a more creative side of my brain after I've done yoga. I feel like I can write better, I sleep better, lots of things are, I don't know, magnified.
No, yeah, I get it.
So I guess that's my drug.
Yoga?
Yoga.
Because it releases your natural stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Kids do yoga.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's
Absolutely.
promote that.
Do yoga on drugs.
On drugs.
Oh.
There you go. There's a school that actually, instead of detention, they make the kids do yoga
Really?
and meditation, and they see like negative behaviors drop like significantly. So instead of sending them just to detention and making them feel like
That would be
What
good.
degenerates.
What does that do? I mean, really?
Yeah, it doesn't.
There-
It's not teaching them anything.
It doesn't.
Except you're an outcast,
Right.
and you're gonna listen to me more, and shut up, and stifle their creativity. And
Right.
It's easier to lock a kid in the room and not worry about it than actually show effort to teach them yoga or
Yes,
drawing
very true.
or art or music.
Or-
yeah.
Figure out why they're acting the way they're acting.
Any
right.
disciplinary action should involve not just, oh, you're sitting at this desk for 2.5 hours. It should be like, let's talk about film history or yoga or go for a walk or talk about botany or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're just sitting there and you're wondering why you're carving into the desk like, I hate my life.
Maybe let's figure out why you drowned the cats. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because
exactly.
they have smaller lungs than dogs.
So it's easier.
So I've
So they might as well do it if it's easier.
I would still don't do that.
Oh,
Yeah, no, don't do that. That's usually a sign of, you know,
Stuff in the future.
yeah,
mass shootings. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. That's how we circled around with mass shootings.
Yeah.
If we get
Well,
to
I
the
should
root,
kill a lot of people then.
Well, I've seen some photos, and you told me some stories about yourself. The goat head. Come on now.
Oh, the goat head.
Yeah.
I had to do that to eat though.
I was gonna say that was a little different. That was in the military.
Well, if it's okay, the military to cut off their head, hold it up, screaming in the blood all over you, and the massive. Wait, that's the way you
Probably
described
not.
it, right? You.
That's how
it was
I start the story.
It was,
Yeah.
it was a massacre of not simply just to eat, just cut off the head and let's eat the. No, it was a ceremony
Video proof.
of coming to manhood in video proof.
Yes, it was a picture.
But you made it out all right.
I did.
You haven't murdered anyone yet.
Yeah, you haven't done any mass shootings
Yeah.
or anything.
No, it's still really...
So what do you guys think is because I'm all about root cause. I love investigating root cause of almost everything. So like you were saying, like, why don't we just understand maybe why they're doing it? Mm-hmm. Why are young white males shooting people up?
Bullying.
Mm-hmm. They are bullied?
Yeah, or they're not being able to, or they can't fit in, or they're trying to fit in and they're getting shot down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're getting shot down because girls could be mean as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you go out, you put yourself out there and you try to, fit in, and then you get shot down by the people you idol, and then those people, take advantage of your, it's not a weakness, but your empathy, your morals, your standard, your weakness to care about what they think. So knowing that they can manipulate that is probably, and then do it over and over and over and over and over again. So I don't even think it's physical bullying more than it is more psychological stuff. And, teachers could do it too. We're to the point where, these kids pick on this kid because he's different, and teachers are, they were kids once too. Maybe they're a teacher now, but those are the cool kids, and the cool kids like the teacher, but they were bullied once upon a time, so now they're actually finally in cahoots with the cool kids in class or whatever. So, which is probably why some teachers sleep with their students. You don't see any teachers sleeping with the dorks or the dweebs. You see teachers sleeping with like the studs and the freaking athletes and stuff like that, no matter what the grade is. So it's all outside sources of shit that just fucking manipulate stuff. It's crazy.
So what stops, you guys are two white males, what stops you guys, or what stopped you guys, because you're now past the prime age of, these mass shooters. What stops you guys? Is there something, do you think it's a personality thing? Because I'm sure you guys have had rejection at some point in your life.
Nope. Everybody wanted it.
Oh, Lord!
No.
If there was, it wasn't continual.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Pick the battles, lost some, won some. As long as you won some, you're getting ahead somehow.
And nobody would deserve that based off of whatever. I got to a point where, like, instead of keeping it in, I minded my own business, and then fucking, you poke, honey badger. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I'm going to fuck you up. Mm-hmm. I will. And then people sort of are like, I don't want to mess with him anymore because he almost fought back. Mm-hmm. And once you fight back, it's like, I don't want to deal with that. That's too much. I want to do this to them because they're not going to do anything. They're going to show weakness. They're going to be scared. I'm a fighter past a certain point, but then there's, if you freeze or fight, flight, freeze. Mm-hmm. If you flight or freeze, they will keep pursuing you until you do something like drastic. Yeah. And like my kids or other kids, they're not going to ask or tell their parents to be like, I'm getting bullied in school. Because no one, my kids especially, won't come to me, as sad as this is, and say, oh, I'm getting bullied. They'll go to her first. Because I'm the combat vet, whatever, who has, been through some shit or whatever. But they're not going to come to me and be like, oh, I'm showing weakness or I'm getting bullied because they think I'm weak. And but it should be like, you get to a certain point, and I understand like the evolution of, oh, tell a teacher and stuff like that. But then you're a snitch.
Right.
And that's exactly how that works.
But then it's like, if you defend yourself, you, the one getting bullied, are now in trouble for defending yourself.
Right.
It's like, well, no one else is helping me.
Right.
I did tell a teacher, like that's what we tell one of our kids who was getting bullied. It's like, unfortunately, as much as I want to say defend yourself, stand up, punch him in the face, whatever, you're going to be in trouble.
Right.
So let's tell a teacher, this way it's documented, something's happening. And in his case, it went to the teacher and the dean. Okay, if this happens again, then I'm stepping in. If it happens a third time, well, we did our route. And now my son cannot be in trouble because not only did the teacher know about it, the dean knew about it, and I got involved.
Yeah.
Sure.
So now, go your dad's route and punch him in the face.
Sure.
Because we did
That didn't
everything
work.
we can.
Yeah.
And the school system's failing my son and not protecting him. When you are the parents, if you want to say, when he's at school, you're supposed to protect my kid, and you're failing. So now he needs to protect himself.
And if your kid, bullies my kid, you better know how to fight too, because I'm gonna fuck you up. And if lots of things when it comes to bullying is because it happened to me. It's like it works like in a way of I fought back, so they're like that's too much, but. You never see one guy bullying one kid. It's one kid with his friends against this kid.
Right.
And that's what it is.
And that's what happened to Justin.
And that's the mentality of okay, I might have a problem, I might retaliate against one guy, but you're standing there with 4. Those people behind that one kid won't do shit.
Right.
Won't do shit. They're just there as a witness. So when you throw a punch or you push that kid back, those other kids aren't going to do chances are they aren't going to do shit, and if they do jump you, 1, good for you, and 2, they probably won't do it again because that's just how it is.
Yeah, I was bullied too, and it was ironic because I remember being bullied, and I remember thinking, is this all you have? Because I was bullied for my thin wrists because they're skinny, my hair because it's curly, and my skin because I went to an all-white school. And so what was interesting was within a couple of years, these same girls were trying to lose weight, getting perms, and going tanning. So I thought, okay, the same thing that you bullied me for were the exact things you wanted to be. But it gave you a false sense of superiority because you were the one trying to attack something I had no control over.
Right. Well, and we tell Justin too, like, you are a sociable kid. You make friends like that. You have no problem going and talking to people. Like, that's who you are. So it's like, okay, are these kids bullying you because they want to be like you? Exactly what you were saying.
Yeah.
But of course, that's not what it comes off as.
No.
They're making fun of him because of the way he looks or whatever. Okay, why? Like, you are in 6th grade.
I know.
Why is this starting? Why does this even have to happen?
Right. And it impacts that person for a lifetime. If they're able to find their self-worth and get through things and identity and all this stuff, that actually makes them grow.
Right.
But if it doesn't, I wonder if, like we started off the conversation, if this is that type of person that ends up taking it out on other people but doesn't know when to stop.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
That's it. It's either it's a fork in the road. You either become me or Jared or you, or you become someone who just gets so that internalizes it with no outlet. So that outlet is just, that.
It just explodes.
Yeah.
I think everybody has a breaking point, though. I think if, I have some hot buttons, one of them has to do with my kids. You come between my kids or you hurt my kids, I'm not sure how I'm going to react. I hope I never have to get to that point. But for the most part, I'm pretty calm.
Yeah.
But I think if something were intentionally done, I would hope that I'd have the self-control, to not harm another person. So I don't know if their breaking point happens quietly. We don't know they're suffering, and then they hit their breaking point, and we're like, oh my gosh, well, we thought they were kind of weird, but they didn't seem like they were
and
capable
then can
of
they
this.
also, like, mentally take a step back and breathe? Like, when Justin told me he was getting bullied, because Alan's right, he did come to me first. It's like, oh, hell no, nobody's going to touch my baby,
Right.
But then it's, okay, no, I can't react that way, so let's breathe, and let's figure out how we can handle this,
Kids
can they do that?
Kids that react to the point of, like, mass shooters, as rare as that is, it's not based off of one thing that happened.
No.
Very true, very true.
It's a pattern.
Yeah.
It keeps happening to them. And eventually they're just sitting there in their bed or whatever and just...
It's like I was saying, it's a cycle of any age, a cycle of, let's say, losing versus winning.
Right.
Okay, so every time Alan hit on a girl or whatever, he's growing up, he got demolished and thrown aside. Eventually he'll have a hatred for the women, internalize it, blah, blah, blah. But he didn't. Every once in a while, a girl gave him a kiss, and he, so then it's a cycle of winning and losing. Like, we've had a couple of years of tough times in our life, just random stuff like looking for jobs or getting the work or dealing with bills or anything. I got sued over some stuff I had my identity theft a few years back, and then it came back, and I've been fighting it for years, and then finally they took it to court, and I ended up having to pay thousands of dollars for something I didn't buy. And so it's, I mean, and if you get a repeated cycle of losing and losing and losing, that takes a toll on your psyche. And then, I mean, you have to win eventually. And if you don't win eventually, then you're like, you know what? Yeah, something snaps maybe. And you're like, fine. If I'm not going to win, nobody else is going to win that is winning. I see him winning and I'm no better than him. He's no better than me. And I'm losing and he's winning. Then fine. You know what? Here, I'm going to make him lose just because here. So see my pain. And usually you take it too far. But
absolutely, and then that person feels like they have nothing to lose anyhow, so they really don't care if their life is lost, someone else's life is lost. They go to prison, they don't really care.
That's where suicide comes from, probably too. Instead of there's certain groups picking on a child, and then that guy just goes nuts, mass shooting, and then there's you grow up and like life just beats the fuck out of you. And you're like, it's not even worth. It's not even worth being here, really. You know, and you're sitting there like testing freaking beams, and be like, is this strong enough to hold me up, or shit like that. But like on the outside, you're all Robin Williams, you know, and then on the inside, you're just like, fuck, it's too much, can't do it anymore. So I think I think it correlates to, mass shooters versus people that end up killing themselves. It's the same sort of internalization of beating yourself up, or other people, just outside variables that have nothing to do with you, that just, you try and you fail, and you try and you fail, or you try and other people bring you down, they see your weakness and they keep bringing you down over and over and over again. But then you got like mass shooters that are like, don't worry about the kids. When it comes to the kids, it's like bullying stuff. But then you have like these mentally distraught, like the guy in Vegas, where yeah. And then you like, or the guy that just opened up at a softball game and he just only wanted to aim at Republicans for some reason.
Right.
And then there was the Vegas one, and then there was the guy in New Zealand who just walked up into a mosque and he freaking live streamed. I saw the video, and he's in there with a shotgun just shooting Muslims down. That kind of fucking thing is ridiculous to me. I don't understand. I don't understand the thought process.
It's so far removed, I think, from the normal person. And when I say normal, I mean more the average person's coping skills and thought processes. It's so extreme that it's almost like they're not even human.
Right.
Especially in that moment. Yeah.
And it does go on both sides. It's just more when this is gonna sound weird, but so the media likes to spin it a little bit to where if it's white guys going up against black people or people of color or different people, then that's news. But there is, it does happen on the other side. Like I brought this up a couple weeks ago, where Obama once upon a time said that cops do tend to be systematically racist, which is true to a point. But when the president says it, and then you have somebody, in Dallas targeting white cops because they're racist, because Obama said something once upon a time, is it Obama's fault? Absolutely fucking not. But that's not going to be covered in the news. Or when AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, talks about ICE detention facilities and comparing it to fucking, Nazi internment Holocaust camps, and then all of a sudden these ICE facilities are being, arson, and shit like that is happening. Or when, Bernie Sanders is, a socialist and he says, all Republican thought and ideals is bad, and then one of his followers goes out and just targets a whole bunch of Republicans. I mean, you're not going to see that much on the news, and nobody gives a fuck if it's black on black crime, which happens in Chicago like all the fucking time. There's a mass shooting every fucking week.
Yep. Yeah.
There's over 45 people a weekend that get killed.
Right.
And that, because that's black on black, that doesn't matter. Or because Obama said this and it's, white cops in Dallas, or, Bernie said this, or AOC said this, it doesn't matter. But if it's one fucking unhinged fucking crazy ass white guy, then everybody's fucking guns need to go up. Everybody's guns need to be taken away. There has to be like gun legislation and gun laws. The people that are committing the crimes are not the fucking criminals. I mean, they are the criminals. The people that do it the right way are not the criminals. If you, it's like, if you're a herd of sheep, right? And a wolf kills a sheep. And then all the sheep are like, oh my God, what are we going to do? We need to stop the wolf from attacking us. Wolves have teeth, therefore we should all take our teeth out, and then we don't have to worry about the wolf, attacking us with his teeth, because we don't have teeth anymore. That's gun control legislation in my eyes. In my eyes right now. Yeah. Do I agree on like background checks and psychological evaluations and shit like that? Absolutely. Yeah, do that more, but don't go. I mean, the people you'd be like, turn in your guns, and the people that are law abiding will fucking turn in their guns, and the fucking criminals are gonna be like, this is going to be so much fucking easier now. They need to be out there. Like, the Second Amendment is a huge fucking thing. So I don't know why I went off on that tangent, but
It's a valid point, though.
But you got there.
yeah, I got it. I made it there. Closing thoughts, anybody?
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's go with what I've talked about before. Balance the budget. When you run out of money, stop spending money. Boom. Budget balanced.
Perfect.
Federal. Done.
Overpopulation, this is how you fix it. Cannibalism. Boom. Done.
Oh, see? So much food.
Control.
Look at all the food we have.
Birth control, yeah.
Everywhere.
Also that. Nothing
Nothing
over
over
there?
there.
I just think that it's
Yeah, I think
great.
I'm over there.
Stay safe. Don't do
Yeah.
drugs.
It's better that way. Yeah. Or just, I just think it's great that people can still have conversations
Yes.
and
Yeah.
have differing opinions.
And it's
Different
okay to
viewpoints.
have a different opinion.
Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Absolutely.
You're allowed to have and everybody's allowed to have their own opinions as long as it's not based on race, religion, gender, or sexual preference.
Absolutely. And it's not hurtful.
And
Yes.
so we'll all say bye together, okay? So thanks for stopping by the Gray Area episode and Delinquents, Eddie's bye.
Bye.